What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's
I
good? What's good?
I just want to say
And
thank you.
salute, Gary. Salute. Embrace the great salute. What's going on?
And I'm glad that Hank is here because I want to give him his flowers too. Hank, because of you, you connected me to Black Man Unfiltered, and now I'm part of his family, his network. And I want to thank you for believing in me, to trusting me, to meeting, connecting the dots. And I just want to give you a shout out, Hank. And I got a couple shows that I want to get with you if you're still in here. But fam, we're talking about the importance of self-care tonight. What is what is self-care to you?
Okay, self care. Uh, self care could be a number of things. But I think self care number one starts off with just being observant of the things that you need in your life. You know what I'm saying? To keep yourself, sane, to keep yourself focused on love, to keep yourself just being able to give to others and to be basically a instrument of usefulness. You know what I mean? And you can't be useful if you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way you're gonna be able to help people. There's no way you're gonna be able to really give to people if you are not taking care of yourself and you're not doing different things to keep yourself inspired, mm, loved and motivated. But sometimes we think that, oh, the self care ain't important, man. Let me go make this money, or let me go here, do this or do that. But when we're doing that, we're not really focusing on the things that can really help us. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna be times where, you making that money, or you doing these things, or you doing that, or you working this job, whatever. That's not gonna, that ain't gonna suffice. You're gonna have to, basically go sit your butt down somewhere and relax. Okay? You have to have work-life balance. You have to have work anything. You have to have life anything balance. If your life is in balance, you're gonna have a lot of trouble and you're gonna have a lot of conflict, and you're not going to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? That is the thing. Self care, it really helps you to have peace and really allows you to basically be able to handle the things you need to handle that are priorities, but also be able to, actually have a time where you are actually dedicating to yourself, where you are giving yourself a chance to have a clear mind, a clear heart, and a clear spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those things are so important, man. Like, and I know we overlook it a lot of times, or we say it may be weak or whatever, but it's not weak. If you're not doing self care, oh, you're gonna crash and burn. Trust me, I've seen it. It's ugly. It's not pretty. You know what I mean? And yeah, everybody needs to have self care. I don't care who you are, man, woman, child, whatever. Everybody needs to do self care. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Stan Williams. This is a person that I met through my job. Yes, there's another Stan, Stanley. Relax, sir. Um,
I'm
sim-
happy.
simply, I met this king, because that's what he is, just through my job and conversation. And now we are going to have an awesome working relationship. He already came through, showing support on the show. And I cannot wait to introduce him to y'all because he's got something great going on for business and entrepreneurs and podcasters and content creators. So trust me, we coming hard with with me and Mr. Stan Williams. So salute to you, Mr. Williams. I really appreciate you coming through tonight. But yeah, you guys are all right. So we talked about physical self-care. Now we're uh Hank talking about Gary, get off that OnlyFans page. I, all right, Hank, I see you. I see. We're gonna talk about mental self-care. The way you think and the way that things fill your mind greatly influences your psychological well-being. Mental self-care includes doing things that keep your mind sharp, such as puzzles, learning about a subject that fascinates you, reading books, watching movies that inspires you and fuels your mind. Mental self-care also involves doing things that help you stay mentally healthy, Practicing self-compassion and acceptance helps you maintain a healthier inner dialogue. And this is where one of my top shows that I have is when I talk about the importance of therapy. Guys, it's important. A lot of us are dealing with trauma. A lot of us don't know how to handle or cope with the drama. And I know that therapy is taboo in the melanated community, but we need to start embracing therapy, because therapy will help us break these generational curses, will help us become better versions of ourselves so we can have better relationships, not just with ourselves, but with our partners, with our children, at work. It will teach you how to cope with stressful situations. Somebody told me, oh, therapy is just for the crazy. Well, sometimes you got to go to therapy to learn how to deal with the crazy people around you. Guys, somebody has me. I can hear myself in the background. You got to close that. You got to close that out. And Smitty, it's okay. I know things happen. It's okay. You're back up here. That's all that matters. So, Gary Hinks said he just got to give you a hard time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen you in a minute. So, we got to, give you a hard time. But with that being said, I'm going to land this on mental health care. Therapy is very important. Some of us may think we don't need therapy, but we've pushed that shit down so deep in our souls that it only takes a minor thing to trigger us, and we don't know where the hell it came from. And now we're taking things out on our partner. We're lashing out on our kids. We're kicking the dog. We're slinging food across the room. I mean, nothing that I'm saying right now is not unfamiliar to anybody. We're purposely, some people will stop bathing. Some people would take to detrimental bad habits. We talked about alcoholism in our melanated community a few weeks back. We take on bad coping skills, drinking, drugs, sleeping around, shopping, porn. These are negative things on how to handle mental self-care. And that's where therapy comes in. So I'm going to go around the panel because this is important. This is important, especially in our melanated community. And fam, since you just got up here, Soapbox, I'm going to let you go, then Smitty, Stan, and then Gary. What's your take on therapy?
Therapy is something that I feel like we need a lot, but we ignore. Straight up. Like, it's a critical thing. We be ignoring the fact that we need help. We be ignoring the fact that other around us need help. And then until something really, really catastrophic happens, now everybody want to cry. Now everybody be like, oh, what happened? And I didn't know this was going on. But it's like, nah, this person been crying out for years. And everybody just been ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? And it happens a lot in our community, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We got to stop sending therapy. Because if you really want this person to be around, you want them to be healthy, you want them to be sane, you want them to really be at their best, and you want them to be blessed, then yes, they probably about to seek therapy. Hell, you may have to seek therapy. You know what I'm saying? That may have to become a reality for you. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. You know what I'm saying? Now like you said, they could either seek the therapy or they could just go do them. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're not willing to help them, like you can't tell them not to do therapy. You can't tell them not to get self-care. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up and down. Salute to Marcus. Salute to also High Value Nurses here in the building. Ruby Doll, I see you too. But yeah, if we're not willing to help these people, we can't tell them not to seek therapy. You know what I mean? We can't tell them not to seek counsel or help. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they may get therapy from like a professional, whether it's a medical professional or maybe it could be a spiritual professional that may help them with therapy and things of that nature. But you know what I mean? How dare we say somebody doesn't need therapy if we're not willing to help them in any situation? You You know what I mean? Are willing to really go that extra mile to help. So yeah.
Absolutely. Smitty, what's therapy to you? Do you think it's important to go to therapy, especially in the melanated community? What say you?
I look at therapy exactly how I look at let's take a cast, right? You know, like when you sprain or break something, right? A cast. I look at therapy the same way. And if the injury is bad enough, yeah, you should get a cast on it. If the injury is bad enough, yes, you should go ahead and seek getting a cast on it. So that's the way I look at therapy, as far as it's for who needs a cast. But also remember, I use the example of a cast for a reason, because casts generally aren't forever. That's usually something that's like for, a temporary time until things form and put themselves back together and heal. And then you should be able to move on. I think some people have in their head that there is supposed to be this aspect of we just supposed to be in therapy forever once you need it for a period of time. It's never supposed to be an end date to when that cuts off. So that's how I look at it. That's how I see therapy. Just like I see a cast with an injury. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Okay. Hey, we saw another analogy. Stan, what's your take on therapy?
Therapy is helpful, and it's only helpful if you follow through, do the homework, be honest, and also take care of yourself, and return back with either it didn't work out or you need some more progress. Because you got to look at therapy more like a partnership. That person that you're talking to, they have no buy-in into your life. That helps out, so you can talk about things that you can't talk to anyone else about. And so people understand, like, therapists and psychiatrists are two different things. A psychiatrist, you talk to them and they supply the medication. A therapist, you talk to them and there's two things: either just going to listen to be a soundboard, or they do cognitive behavior. So there's different forms of therapy out there. So you got to figure out what works out for you. And if you meet a therapist and it doesn't work, it's okay for you to say no and don't go back and just find another one. Like, don't feel trapped in a therapy session that's not beneficial towards you. But I'll say one thing I do that's therapeutic for me is every day I do have to give myself like 3 gratitudes, like 3 things I'm grateful for, so I don't get caught up into my negative thinking. And that's very helpful for me.
Absolutely. And Gary, before you go, I have to address this comment, because it's so true, Marcus. Marcus says the issue is when the pharmaceuticals industry and those psychiatrists or doctors profiting from it are pushing it down people's throats that breeds an addiction or sort of band-aid to deeper wounds. And I have to address that, because that actually happened to me. When I was going through the issue with my ex, I went to the doctor. And I was very surprised, because the first thing he did was prescribe to me Paxil. And he's never done this before, because he's an Indian doctor, and he always talked about other resources. And I was kind of offended, because the situation that I was going through was circumstantial. It wasn't that I had a history of what I was going through. So and honestly, guys, I don't believe in medication, at least for me, for depression or anxiety or things like that, because I believe that it alters your mind and who you are as a person. You're not really getting to the root of the problem. Like Marcus said, you're just putting a Band-Aid over the thing. over the situation. So this is what I did. I filled the prescription. I sure did. I spent the money, and I left it on my nightstand to give me the will and the discipline. Like, no, work that shit out on your own. You're strong enough. You don't need that medication. And then people forget the motherfucking side effects. When I read them side effects, I said, shit, I'd rather stay the way I am than walk around with all these side effects. The medication is going to put me in a deeper hole than what I'm already in. So this is when the self-care process started on my own. I said, no, I am not self-medicating. Now, does a little weed help? You're damn right. All I need is a couple tokes and I'm mellowed out and I'm good. I got a good friend that says, Grace, go chill out and go hit that. Call me back later when you good and keep going. And it works. I am not going to get on these people's addictive medications, side effects, or you may have dry mouth, diarrhea, headache, gain weight, low sex libido. No, I'm not doing it. Is it okay to go to therapy? Yes. Do some of us do need the medication? Absolutely. But does that mean that's the first solution? Is that the first thing we go to? Like right now with this show that I'm doing, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, I need to master the art of meditation. I have to learn how to shut down my mind, because if I shut down my mind, I'll be able to go to sleep. If I get the sleep that I need, I'll be able to get the rest that I need. Okay, enough about that. Guys, don't run to the pharmacies and fill prescriptions. Try to first at least work shit out on your own. Gary, what is mental self-care to you? What do you think about therapy? How do you feel about it?
Therapy is good for people that need it, right? I think that someone has to figure out if they need it, and that could be from talking to people that surround them, and what kind of therapy that they need. I also think that you have people that if you're talking to like a counselor or a life coach, or even someone that
I'm getting some background noise. Guys, try to figure out who it is. I'm gonna put myself on mute.
All right. So, as I was saying, you have some people that may talk to a counselor or a life coach.
Hey, hold on, Gary. Do you have like I don't know, like are you near like a vent where like heat or air is blowing?
No, that's a train in the background.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is. Can't do nothing about that. Go ahead, rock out.
So, as I was saying, you have people that they would talk to a counselor or a life coach or somebody that they trust, and that can be very therapeutic, right? Which I think is a little different from therapy, right? And then you have people that can talk to someone that just needs a soundboard, right? So I think there's three different levels, in my opinion, right? Because I think that at the end of the day, we all have stuff that we're dealing with, and from a mental standpoint, we just need to be able to unpack it. And I think that there's different ways that it could be unpacked, and different people you can talk to help you unpack, right? I think that it's different. If you have someone that, like I said in the beginning, that they may need a therapist to talk about all different kind of issues, right? Which I think is different from, as I just mentioned, that someone you want to talk to just to be a soundboard, someone who's opinion you value. You know that they understand you. You know, and I think that's a little different. So those are kind of the three, I guess I want to call it, parts of.
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry. No, it's just Lord knows how many. Gary, mute, Gary. See that? See that right there? Yeah, Gary. I don't know what it is, but whatever's going on in your background, it's totally overtaking the gems and jewels that you might be dropping on us right now. I mean, if anybody hears you like I do, I'm just saying, like it's muffling. And I don't want what you're saying, the message, to be missed. I just wanted to throw that in. I don't want you to keep saying all that and ain't nobody catching it. That's all. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I guess this evening there's a lot more trains that's running than normal. So it seems like every, I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, there's a train past them. And it's a little after 9 o'clock at night, which is really weird. But so as I was saying, and I hope everybody gets it, and I'll just keep it short. You know, therapy. So there's some people that they need to figure out what type of therapy they need, right? And they need to talk to a therapist to help them work through whatever mental things, whatever emotion that they're dealing with. Then, as I was saying, on the second part is you have people that have maybe a counselor or a life coach. Talking to those kind of people can be very therapeutic, right? And then on the third part is you may have someone that you're close with who you value, who you trust, who you could tell them anything, and they know practically almost everything about you, and they can be a soundboard, right? And I wrap it all up by saying that I think we all deal with things from a mental standpoint, and I think it's just finding that person, if you will, that's going to help us unpack it.
Okay. So with that being said, I think Tika, this is the second bars you've dropped, and I got to read it out loud. It says, sometimes it is truly needed when you have a true diagnosis that is unmanageable without medication. It should never be the first solution. It should definitely be the last resort. And I totally agree with you, Tika. I think they are too quick to medicate us, over-medicate us, and I think it's an agenda. I think it's intentional, and we just have to have an open eye to that, because I sure was open-eyed to that, but I challenged myself, and I challenged my doctor. So nah, my ninja, I'm not finna take this medicine. No, because it's going to change who I am. I'm not going to be the same Grace. I'm going to be moody. I'm going to have a dry mouth. I'm going to have a shitty ass. I'm going to have nausea. My back is going to hurt. I'm going to gain weight. My libido is going to go down.
Whoa.
Those are the side effects.
Are we talking about Thorazine? Like, hold on. Wait a minute. Slow down.
Those are the side effects, Smitty.
Not every Medicaid. Don't do that, Gracie. I'm not a big fan of the shitty.
I'm talking about the one that he was trying to prescribe to me, Paxil. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that. All right, okay.
I said, why don't you give me a medical weed card, and I'll be good. You know what I mean? Then I'll be good with that. That would be perfect.
Honestly, depending on the state you live in, you don't need a card, because when you have a card, you can't have a gun. Oh yeah, that gun you love so much. When you got that card, you got to get rid of that. So some states you live in, you don't need the card. That way, you can keep the gun.
I know. So that's why I'll keep the gun, and my homeboy will keep that card, and we all, I'll protect him. And you're absolutely right. That's why I haven't given up my concealed weapons permit, because that's more important to me than that other thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. So the next one
It's too
is
easy to get that on the streets. Never should you give that up for that. You can get weed off the
facts.
streets any goddamn day of the week. You do not need them people for that. Keep your gun license.
Exactly.
Way more important.
And
May I say
Archie,
something?
yes, sir.
I think when it comes to the medicine thing, is is based on, the person and the circumstance. I mean, I've had plenty of family members who had to take medication or who've had to do medication for different things, and they had to do it. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm not,
I'm not knocking it, Best.
yeah, I'm definitely not knocking it. They definitely need it. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, they do. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's case by case. You know what I mean? Yes,
Yep.
the pharmaceutical companies can, they can be out to try to harm you or bring more harm than good by prescribing medicine, or or maybe trying to get a money grab or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely understandable. You know what I'm saying? But also, please understand that if you need it, please go and take it. Okay? All right? Like, please.
That's a disclaimer. That's a disclaimer. Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Bess. And thanks for putting that in. But I just think it shouldn't be the first thing we should run to. We should seek out other things before we just run to that. And if you really do need it, then go ahead by all means. So
Can I add something to that?
go ahead, of course.
So I know my primary care provider. I have PTSD, so I was in a major car accident, so I have PTSD. And so what they did, they didn't prescribe you medication first. I had to take classes in how to manage symptoms that would come up. And it was like a 12-week class I took. And then after that, I sit down with a therapist. And if it still didn't work out, right, that's when I meet with a psychiatrist to figure out medication. We did blood work. And with medication, I want to tell everybody, like, look, if anything comes up, please report it to your doctor. Just stopping it and just quitting and not reporting it to your doctor actually causes you more harm, because then it could come up again if you see another doctor and they'll prescribe the same medication without knowing that the medication you took before, you had it before, didn't work for you. So don't be afraid to let your doctors know that, hey, I don't like this medication. Hey, this make me feel funny that way. And that medication for my PTSD, I didn't take it forever. It did stop, and I stopped taking it, and it took a year, and that was it. Not like I didn't need it anymore. So work with your doctors. That's all I want to encourage people to do. Work with the doctors. Find a system that works for you. I agree with everybody. Like, don't let it be the first thing you have to take if you don't need to take it. But please, if you take it, chart it. And if you gain weight, report it. And just work with your doctor. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And thank you for that, Bess. Thank you for that, Stan. You know, we have to put that disclaimer in, because we don't want to be responsible for any mishaps. But again, we're just trying to learn, educate, and become better versions of ourselves. Biggie, can you get off my chair, please, sir? Thank you. So with that being said, we're going to move on to spiritual self-care. Research shows that a lifestyle including religion or spirituality is generally a healthier lifestyle. Nurturing your spirit, however, doesn't have to involve religion. It can involve anything that helps you develop a deeper sense of meaning, understanding, or connection with the universe. Whether you enjoy meditation, going to church, reading the Bible, or praying, spiritual care is also important. Okay? I'm not trying to be up here and do a holier than thou, holy roly. because I can admit that I am new to my spiritual journey, and I'm only 2 years in, and I still feel that I haven't even chewed off 10% of it because it's so much to deal with. I mean, it could be life-changing. You know, you've been taught one way all your life, and then you tap into things and you see other things, and you're like, wow. You know, it's like your boy in Matrix who opened up your guy's eyes. So nurturing your spirit is important too. So now we're going to move on to emotional self-care. It's important to have healthy coping skills to deal with uncomfortable emotions like anger, anxiety, sadness, and depression. Emotional self-care may include activities that help you acknowledge and express your feelings regularly and safely. So Miss Tika put up a comment. I didn't miss this comment, Miss Tika. I was going to save it, especially for this. Hold on. I got to go back to it. Give me a second. And she said over here, give me 1 second. Where you at, Tika? Where you at? Where's that comment? And RT says, or death equals a possible side effect. Yeah, that part. So she said here, some people find that investing in a contactless strip club is very soothing and peaceful. A lot of men have been speaking about doing this lately. And you know what, Tika? Let me tell you something. I did my research because when I had my limousine company, I was thinking of opening up a strip club. And I would intentionally go to strip clubs and analyze the men and see what they're doing, how they're behaving. And it's a fantasy land. It's an escape.
That's really why you went, Gracie. Really?
Yes.
That's why you went, Gracie. Hold on. I want you to look me straight in my face, and I want you to tell me that's why you went to strip clubs.
No, but
because you was trying to learn the aesthetics. You was trying to see what the lighting like. Really. At
that particular moment, yes, sir.
Are we really playing this game right now?
At that particular moment, Smitty, yes, because I had a limousine company. And I thought of everything with the limousine company, but I didn't think about one major thing. Do you believe this?
Do you believe it? Do you believe it? So?
Do I believe it?
Hold on.
Okay, he'll be back. But at that particular moment, I was doing research because I forgot one very major thing when I opened up my limousine company because I didn't think I was going to grow so fast. Where the hell was I going to park all my cars? So I figured, why not? Let's do the strip club. Park the cars at the, you know, it didn't happen anyway, guys, because they wanted too much for the liquor license and I just couldn't afford it. And my lawyer talked me out of it because I would have to be responsible for the girls, them breaking the law. It was just too much of a liability. So that's why I was going to call it the G spot. Okay. It's the gray spot, but you know, I mean, come on. I thought that was brilliant. You know, we're going to call it the G spot. And then one of my marketing thing is if you're having a bachelor party, we come pick you up in the limo, bring all your boys to the strip club, drain y'all asses, and take y'all back to the house with some girls in the car. Thank you. Have a good night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm telling you, it was part of my business plan, but it just didn't happen because in the state of Florida, they ask for a lot. But Tika, to address your comment, you're right. A lot of men do go to strip clubs to get away from reality and fantasize and see and touch and do things that one, they may not get at home. Two, they may not be getting at all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing else better to do with their money. I mean, honestly, I have a man, but if he wanted to go to the strip club, it wouldn't bother me. As you can work your appetite out in the streets, as long as you come home and eat. That's all that matters to me. You know, I think women just a lot of times overreact about that or sometimes they maybe should go with their man so they can see what it's all about. Because I think we put too much emphasis in it. Most men don't sleep with strippers. The majority of men don't. It's all a fantasy. Some of them do. Some of them fall in love with them. Some of them wife them up. But the majority of men, they go there to have fun, to make it rain, to hang with their boys, and to look at women that they don't look at on a day-to-day basis. It's just what it is, ladies. Men are visual creatures. Go on mute, Smitty. Smitty, go on mute. It's a fantasy playland for men.
And
That's
also,
all it is. Go ahead.
Place.
It's what?
A safe place.
That part. Exactly.
It is not safe.
Why not?
Hey, look. We're gonna stop the cap tonight. I'm sorry. Safe. We're gonna stop the cap tonight. I don't know what the hell is so safe about a goddamn strip club late at night. First of all, what is safe about black men going to a facility late at night with a huge wad of bills? Lord knows you cannot cash app these broads. You can't get a lap dance and just go like this with some numbers on your phone. Nothing safe about it, sir. You have to go in there with money. You're a complete target. You are a lick. The very second that you pull into the parking lot, the very second that you get your little wristband and shit, and you go in there and you order your drink, and as soon as you sit down and get your drink, I promise you, at that very moment, you are now a possible lick. The only thing that you gotta hope is they looking at somebody else other than you. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
But
all right.
You already paid for it. You prepaid it.
And they already paid for the hitman. Nigga, they are on the way. You are in danger. Stay there if you want to. See, that's what you niggas get for going to strip clubs. What you need to do is get a wife and have her strip for you. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Can we get more than one wife, though? I like variety.
Danger. All danger. Now you want to be in court and she going to be twerking on the judge's desk while that nigga hands you life. Okay? Stop playing with it.
He might drop some dollar bills, though. He might. I can put my attorney on retainer.
And ladies, take heed to that. Take heed to that. And I am speaking from experience. Strip for your man. That shit is fun and it's exciting. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer for couples, especially if you're looking.
It's not fair for us. Like, it's a safe place for men. Men don't have places that they can go to.
Okay. Okay. Stop it. Okay. I'm trying to teach ladies to spice shit up at home. You can get the nastiest outfits at the adult stores. Cause yes, I've got a couple of them. And you can set up a little routine. They even got pole dancing classes, but don't bring your damn kids to it. And by the way, I am going to be talking about that video because that hurt my heart when I saw that BS. And you can dress up for him, look totally different, dance. Make sure, fellas, y'all bring some singles too. Make it reality. You want them to dance and strip for you? Get a stack of $100 singles and let her keep that too. And then think about it. Y'all get the happy ending. You get a guaranteed happy ending. What else could you know? But anyway,
that's the difference of going to a real gym and having Tybo at home. Look, let me go to my strip club.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, in a relationship, that person they're not gonna be your end all and be all. So I understand what Stan is saying. Like sometimes you want to see something different. You know what I mean? It's just a fact. Hey, maybe you don't want to hear this, Grace, or maybe some of these women don't want to hear this, but sometimes I don't want to see you. I want to see something else.
And I understand
the mortgage, that's the dollar bills right there. If I pay the mortgage, that's the dollar bills. So
and I understand that best because I understand that the male species likes variety. The male species is very visual. I get it. But there's
no. Mm-mm.
no.
If you keep up with the visual, if after all these years, baby, you still doing the damn thing and you are keeping yourself up, I promise you, you can still have results. Now, I can't speak for all men. I don't know about them niggas that go out there and do other shit. But nah. Ain't no we just be wanting different shit all the fucking time. That is not always true. Some men love routine. We love to know your body and your body only. I don't have time to try to figure out where are your hit spots and where they not. You don't like this, you don't like that. No. Routine.
Yeah.
Creatures of habit. Yes, real shit though. I digress. My mic is muted.
But Miss Sweet and Low is gonna do a handstand and gonna make her thighs clap in the air. Look, I just want to see some stuff. That's all I'm just saying. And
suck a bottle of Heineken with her box. Is that what you want to see? A whole bottle of Heineken?
No. Suck a bottle of a titty. Just a bottle of a whole titty. I'm sorry, I ain't say that out loud. My bad.
But everything that's being said here right now is all true, and to each his own. Again, every couple is different, every man is different, every woman is different. But I'll tell you something else, ladies. Smitty hit it on the button. Men don't want to come home to y'all fuckers in a bonnet and grandma panties and pajamas. Okay? My mother always taught me you greet your man at the door, freshly showered, looking nice, hair combed and smelling good, because you'll never know when it's going to go down, and you want to be ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's some real gems I'm dropping to y'all ladies right now. Men get tired of seeing y'all raggedy asses looking raggedy. Y'all dress up for your girls.
I like the homely look. I ain't gonna front with you. I like the homely look. I like the sweatpants, hair top, no makeup.
You just talked about looking at different shit, and now you're talking about you like the homie look.
Yeah, I'm complex yet simple. Yes, I'm complex yet simple. I am. I'm very complex yet simple. But no,
there's a place for everything.
With the gentleman's club, I was lightweight joking. But I do think at times that guys sometimes, to be honest, guys, do want to sometimes have a place where we can go, we can just chill. It could be a sports bar, it could be a gentleman's club, it could be a man cave, right? We got man caves. So sometimes we just want a place we could kick it and y'all not there. You know what I mean? Women have designated places for that. Y'all got the salon.
That's a fact.
The toenail shop and the nail shop and all that.
Sipping paint.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have designated places where y'all can, congregate. You know what I mean? We don't really have no designated places we can congregate.
Y'all have the barber shop.
You know what I'm saying? And when we try to have designated places, like they got different things that we can do.
And I hear you guys, and I just want to tell everybody there, I got to put a disclaimer out there. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay? Filter out what you like and filter out what you don't like. There's no right or wrong answer up here. Only the information that I read to you guys is where I get it from, verywellmind.com. That is my go-to reference. Y'all can look it up. Y'all be like, well, damn, she's just writing down everything that they said. Yup, I sure do. But of course, I embrace my little stuff in there, in between there. But this is where I get a lot of my research. Because, guys, I actually do my research before my shows. Smitty knows. He'll call me. What you doing, twin? You know what I'm doing. I'm getting ready. We going on time tonight? We on time tonight. Best. What time tonight? And let me tell you something. These are real ninjas that I mess with, because they call and they check in. You good? They check in on my mental. They check in on my emotions. When they don't hear from me, and if they don't hear from me in 48 hours, they texting, they calling, they emailing, they sending smoke signals. What's good, fam? You good? And that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of, like Gary said, the people that you keep around you. My guy, every time I go, whatever, how you ever want to put it, whining, crying, or being a big baby, boss baby, keep going. I don't want to hear it. Keep going. And that's all I need to hear sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They get me right. They check me respectfully and gracefully. And I love y'all for that. But anyway, we're going to move on to emotional self-care. It's important to have healthy coping skills to deal with uncomfortable emotions like anger, anxiety, sadness, and depression. Emotional self-care may include activities that help you acknowledge and express your feelings regularly and safely. Women deserve girls' time, and men surely deserve boys' time. I hate when women stop men from doing the things that they love and that they were doing before they got with that man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're taking away from who he is. You're taking away from who what he likes to do, and vice versa. I'm not just getting on the damn ladies tonight, but as y'all know, that this channel is advocating for men, especially African American men. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. Okay, whether you talk to a partner, a close friend, a therapist, or a psychiatrist, how you feel and how you set aside time for leisure activities that help you process your emotion is important to incorporate emotional self-care into your life. When assessing your emotional self-care, strategies to consider are: do you have healthy ways to process your emotions? Do you incorporate activities into your life that will help you feel recharged? We just talked about it. Hold on, I got somebody trying to come up, but it's not. Hold on a second. Let's see who we got. Did they come up? I can't get them in. My girl Travel One is up in here. Embrace the grace flying by. You have the spot on topics that need dialogue. Thank you, Travel One. I appreciate you. And like I don't know if it's showing for me. Smitty, is her wrench showing up when she came in? Okay, so I did it right. Yup. We went from not agreeing to anything to calling a truce to being peaceful.
I see it.
To being peaceful to now my girl got a wrench. She can run things on it, embrace the grace. And that's only proving how people can put aside their differences and be bigger and better people and move on. And that's important to me to show out there, because you know what? You don't always have to stay on bad terms. You don't always have to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, salute to you, Travel One. Thank you for coming by. I understand you got other stuff to do. Just the fact that you came through means a lot to me. So far we've talked about physical care, emotional care, mental care. There was one that I was never really thought about again until, salute to you, Wally, until I did my research. There's another one, Smitty, Stan, Best, and Gary D. It's called social self-care. Socialization is key to self-care, but it's hard to make time for friends, and it's easy to neglect your relationship and to put time and energy into building your relationship with others. But you know what? Again, it's the people who you surround yourself with. There isn't a certain number of hours you should devote to your friends or work on your relationship. Everyone has slightly social needs. The key is to figure out what social needs are and to build enough time in your schedule to create optimal social life. Hold on one second. I got to turn something off. Give me just ringing. It's time to say, my time with God and my prayer and read my Bible scripture. So I got to keep snoozing it every 10 minutes. So to assess social self-care, consider this. Are you getting enough face-to-face time with your friends? What are you doing to nurture your relationship with friends and family? I'm going to give you an example of what I started doing, and then I'm going to go around the panel to see what you guys think what you can do to work on your social self-care. I made it a point because some of my friends were saying that I was being a shitty friend. I wasn't calling them enough. I wasn't texting them enough. So I made it a point that on Sundays, I will call certain friends every Sunday just to check in, just to say what's up and talk to them. And I've done that, and that has rebuilt and strengthened my relationship with my friends and showed them that I can be a better friend. And you know what's funny? I did a test. I stopped doing it just to see how long it would take for them to notice. And one already texted me and called me, yo, what's going on? We ain't been getting your weekly check-ins. You good? See, these are things that you can do to help and self-care. So with that being said, I'm gonna go around the panel. Gary, you've been quiet. Hopefully we got that background noise under control. What do you think about the social self-care? Do you think that's important?
Yes, social self-care is I think is definitely important. I think though some people may need it more than others. I think with me particularly, it goes back to like what we've always talked about, communication, right? Being able
There it is.
Being able to communicate with your friends, right? If you all have established a certain level of communication and understanding, and that's what it is, then that's what it is, right? And I think that's very important. I mean, everyone, like when you have someone that's considered a close friend or a good friend, I think that it's important to have that consistent dialogue and stuff like that, because I mean you tell each other what's going on in your life and stuff like that. So I think it's it's good to have that, right? But like I said, some people need it more than others, right? Some people need it every day. Some people need it once a week. Some people need it once a month, right? So it just depends.
You're right. You're right. Let me go ahead and skip to I Am Sam, a new person on the panel. I mean, please, thank you for coming. Introduce yourself and go ahead. What do you have to say about what we've been talking about tonight?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Much love. My name is Ruby Doll, and I thought this was really an intriguing topic. It reminds me of a story that involves a man named Muskowitz is his last name. Long story short, he got hired for Prego sauce to go and find the best spaghetti sauce, only to find that there's no such thing as the best spaghetti sauce. There's only the best spaghetti sauces. So I might like Savory Garden. This queen might like savory cheese. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very awesome to have the lens of liking both men and women, because people might call me confused, but I think I just have different perceptions. What I might like in a person, Mr. Smitty might like and might find repulsive. But that's the thing. It's like, I think based on just to like wrap my head around the subject matter with relation to mental health, self-awareness, self-discovery, and being honest so that we're not projecting any trauma or any lies onto anybody. And especially if we want to tap into our social nature, because I do believe that we're a lot more social than we like to admit. Sometimes I hate humans and I don't want to talk to them at all. I just want to be around some animals. But then again, I can't sit here and shoot the shit with humans. I can't ponder on life's lessons, you feel me? And so that's just the only thing I wanted to give, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything ever wrong with going to a strip club. I think it's all about you being honest about for example, it's about you being honest about what you like and being unapologetic and being and finding other people that like the same thing.
My only question is, Ruby, how you come up in here with an alias? That's
My name is
I,
Mean.
okay.
And thank you for that. That was good. That was really good because it's true. What's good for me may not be good for her. What's good for Bess may not be good for Smitty. We're all different. That's why this self-care journey is self-customized. It's not one size fits all. We are all going through our shit. I tell customers all the time, we all going through the same storm. We just all in different boats. You may have one ninja in the yacht. He's going through his shit. We may have one in a rowboat. We may have one in a canoe. But we're all going through that same storm. So with that being said, we got to go around the panel again. So let's go with Best. What did you think about what I said about social care? Is that something new to you? Or you've heard it before? What say you?
I think social care is definitely important. You do want to have a strong social circle. You want to have people that you really can go to and you can really speak to. I mean, I have a pretty big yet small social circle. I'll say this: I know a lot of people. I just don't like talking to a lot of people. I'll say it that much. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're vulnerable and you really put out your feelings out there, you know what I mean, people are really quick to judge. They're really quick to say, "Oh, you know, such and such and such," or they want to like try to fix you or they want to try to try to make it seem like you are one way when that's not really who you are or whatever. So yeah, I don't really put my my feelings out there with people unless I really trust them. That's a matter of trust. So
Facts.
and and then once I kind of fill out if I can trust you or not, then I go further. You know what I mean? So and I look out for different social cues. I look at your body language. I look at how you express things. I look at how you are around others. You know what I'm saying? I look at if you keep your word, if you don't keep your word. All these things I factor in, and then I go from there. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I tell you something, I really see if you really follow what I'm telling you. If you really actively listen. So if I tell you, hey, do not say this to me, or hey, I don't want to talk about this, and you still continue to talk about it, then we got a problem. You know what I mean?
I got a
If
question
hey,
real quick.
if I tell you, hey, I this does encourage me, and you do it, you know what I'm saying? Or hey, I like when somebody does do this, and you actively listen, and you go from there, and you do something that encourages me, or you do something that builds me up, or you do something that you know is going to inspire me because you've been actively listening. I look out for that as well. So I'm always paying attention to social cues, and I'm really paying attention to different things that people do. There's maybe a few people in my life that I don't pay attention to no social cues, and they have free will to say and do whatever they want. And that list is very small, extremely small. You know what I'm saying? That's like really at least like I would say anywhere between 5 to 8 people that I can think of in my mind where I could be like, yeah, they got free will. They can say whatever they want. You know what I mean? And I know them by heart. So, yeah.
Okay, what's your question, Smitty?
Okay, I got a question. So, Gracie, I'm going to direct it to you, twin, and then from there you can direct the floor. Who would you all say? Because it's interesting what Soap was saying, and so it just kind of got me to thinking. I'm just curious. When it comes to guarding your feelings and not being so quick to tell someone else about it, I'm just curious. Now, fellas, please, of course, you're not a woman, so you can only say what you think they do. Gracie, what do you see as far as a woman guarding her feelings, like how Soap said? Us as men, we kind of guard it. We don't want nobody to know. Would you say that there is a large majority of women that do that, or is that the type of thing that is considered to be an anomaly? Women guarding their feelings and making sure nobody knows about the bad thing that just took place in their bad relationship. I digress. My mic is muted.
Smitty, I'm very careful on who I tell my business to, especially now that we out here being content creators. Our lives are out there and we're public figures, whether we want to admit it or not.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Whether we have 2 subscribers, 503, or 100,000 subscribers, I am very careful who I share my business with, and what determines me how I decide who I share my business with. We have to build trust first, like Beth said. He determines who he tells things to by how they act, how they react, how they say things, and I move the same way. I mean, I know there are some things that I've come to you and you were shocked. You didn't know. I know you didn't know. But when you grow close with somebody and you have a connection, you have trust. You respect and value their opinion and their feedback. And when you tell me sometimes things that you tell me, I look at the source and the intentions. Other people may think is harsh, but I don't, because you know how I'm going to react. You know how you can say things to me. And I also consider the source. And I think a lot of people forget that. They get into their feelings or take it personal when they got to remember, hey, this is my twin. He's got good intentions for me. This is my boy, Gary. You know, I mean, I know you guys don't know this, but me and Gary go 4 years back. We've been knowing. We just finally met in person last year, but we've been at this for 4 years now. So yes, I am cautious. I am careful of the things that I say and who I say it to, because I learned the hard way that you gotta move in silence.
Gracie.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that, beloved. What I was asking more than anything, twin, is women. Like, would you say that, okay, what you just said that you do, would you say that that is something that majority, like, majority of women do that? That's just what we as women do. That's a woman thing. Or would you say that's more so an anomaly? Women not letting everybody know what the hell is going on behind closed doors? Listen, just your opinion, just for the record, to make that clear to the audience. I'm just asking your opinion.
I think it's an anomaly, because women learn from experience. Women learn from hurt. And I mean, I think us women, we're just not going to tell everything to everybody. What I may tell you, I may not tell Gary. Stan may know a side of me that you and Gary don't know. So yes, I think it's an anomaly across the board. Some women are sloppy with their information, and they'll tell it all, or who don't care. But some women are cautious. So I think it's an anomaly, Smitty. I could be wrong. I wish I had more women on the panel in the chat group.
Hold on, Gracie. Hold on. The anomaly as far as it's not that many women that will tell, or it's the anomaly of women that won't? Just so I got that clear. That women won't tell. Most women are not going to tell you that they're a hoe. Okay.
They're not going to tell you that they're a hoe. You know? But Gary may know she a hoe. You know, because he knows all her deep secrets.
Only if Gary be tricking. What you be doing, Gary? What you be up to, bruh?
Now for the gentlemen, would you guys agree? From what you know from women, Smitty, I'm going to throw it back at you. Would you agree with me?
Yes, I would say, because listen, I'm going to be real with you. Like, look, and Lord knows, you know, I give credit where credit's due, and I throw it where it needs to be thrown as well. But yes, I would say most women, forgive me, my bad, I'm moving. Most women, more than not, will express what's going on behind closed doors. Why? Not necessarily how people just try to say as far as like messy and everything, but because we already know women are already just naturally kind of chattery. They want to tell you all the little details in their day. and shit like that. Oh yeah, and then when I stopped at the coffee shop and I grabbed me 2 packets of sugar. Look. What happened? Anyway. So most women will go about things in that manner. And because we know that women are, look, I mean, I'm just saying, I hear from women and men, so I'm not making this up myself. Generally, women are the more emotional species out of the two. All right. There are emotional counterparts. Okay. So as the emotional counterpart, when something's going on, what do you think is going to happen first? The very first emotional aspect that blurts out of nowhere is the tongue. So yes. So I'm not saying that in a way to like put women down. I'm looking at it more from an organic aspect as to why they do it. Yeah, that's just what they do. I mean, y'all, I'm be real. Yeah, I said y'all. I don't care who feels some kind of way about me saying that word. I said y'all as in YALL. More than likely, y'all are going to go ahead and lash out because, and last but not least, because you know you're going to get like sympathy behind it. You know people more than likely are going to be like, what did he do? Not what happened. What did he do? So with all of those things in place, yeah, I would say women are more likely to be the ones to like just bust out of nowhere and, you know, hit you with the hee. So yeah, I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Okay, so Gary, what do you have to say about that question? Do you think women are more loose with their information?
I've seen it. Like I've seen it many times. I mean, you know, Smitty definitely has a very good point there. I've seen, because for men, at least for me, if I feel that close to a woman, she's gonna know certain things that other women are not gonna know. Right? Now, if her and I are again that close, I feel that way and she feels that way, and if it's personal stuff that she's telling me and then I see she's telling other people the same thing, then yeah, that's not, you know, that's not gonna work, right? That's not gonna work. Now if we're not friends like that and we're just acquaintances, then that's different. Then like I don't mind that, right? I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get upset. But if we're close, and if we acknowledge that both of us are close like that, and we're each other's like rock and, you know, along those lines, then clearly whatever you tell me, obviously it stays there. Like I'm not gonna go tell other people. If I'm telling you personal stuff about, you know, what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with, I'm not telling other women, I'm only telling you, right? But women, you know, it's not like that, you know, and I've seen it more times than I can count. So I'll end on that.
Okay, so with that being said, y'all already seen who's in the building, right? Don't come disrupting shit, Ruthless. Okay, and we're doing some good timing. We'll probably end out around. Here you come. We'll probably end out around 10:15, no later than 10:30. Have you heard anything that we've been talking about, or you just popped your ass up in here?
Just repeat the question, please, so I can light you up.
No. Hold on. I just want to, Gracie. Fucking bravo. That's how you set the tone, twin. That's how you set the motherfucking tone. Keep that shit up, baby.
All right, man. Get them pom-poms off. Go ahead, Grace. Go ahead. Do what you say.
What is your take on self-care?
It's too motherfucking much. And we're applying this to women, correct?
No, we're applying to both genders.
Self-care or self-love? Which one?
Ruthless. What do you do as a man to make sure that you keep yourself at peace Like, look. You can say church, reading the word, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What? Look. Going to the strip club and smacking hoes on the ass with the Bible. I don't know what Ruthless does, but I'm just saying.
Panels.
Listen, what does Ruthless do to go ahead and just give himself some ease? What do you do to keep yourself in a sane state of health?
Well, and what happened to everybody? Well, what I do is, I mean, you know, I stay pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep my principles in front of me and keep my enemies behind. That's how I roll, right? Stay focused on the mission at hand, execute day to day.
What do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do for fun, sir?
Thank you, Gracie.
What I like to do for fun?
Yes.
That is fun. I just gave you the fun stuff I like to do.
It's Ruthless, Gracie. Just roll with it. It's Ruthless.
If you want to hear some excitement, right? Some spectacular razzle dazzle. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can talk about Disneyland on the rides, and we can talk about, you guys do like, I'm not really know, but I just know. But to me, every day I wake up and I execute my principle, my game plan. That's fun because it's what makes a man, right? Standing on something, stand on what I believe in, and execute it on a day-to-day, hourly, minute-to-minute basis. Now, when you want to talk about going out, eat steaks, big steaks, and
there we go with the steaks again,
and going shopping at the Beverly Center, and that's a luxury I like to do as well. So I mean, those are fun, right? Those are fun things as well. So it's all about just appreciating a moment.
Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that, Ruthless. We'll take that. All right, so let's keep going around the panel. We hit Gary. Stan, what say you?
On what Smitty said, or what was the other topic?
The social self-care, and then what Smitty said. We'll knock two birds with one stone.
Okay. I like your idea. That's something I'll implement because we talked about it in the beginning when I came on about I need to be more social. So I'm working on that. And like calling people once on a Sunday, I think I might have to do that, or Friday, and just
just to touch base. You don't have to have a whole hour conversation. Hey, what's good? How was your week? Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. And that's it. Mental check-in with the people you care and love, once in a while. Especially if they got some extreme weather going. Like I got family in Michigan right now, and I'm checking in on them. Y'all good? Y'all need anything? Just little.
I need 100,000. Can you send that?
See, you need to send me that, Truth. Okay, I need a new laptop. So why don't you go ahead and donate to the channel? It's tax deductible for you, and go ahead and take care of me. And I'll give you that. I'll give you that steak.
Dinners, Truth. Give up some.
You don't want to say the world.
Marcus, please reiterate what it is that men/gentlemen player pimps are supposed to do when orchestrating themselves around the women. Please, Marcus. Everybody give Marcus the floor so Marcus can go ahead and break down to Ruthless how you supposed to go at women. Tell him what it is, Marcus. Tell him why you mad, son.
I think one of the best ways to show. Well, first of all, how's everybody doing? Evening.
How are you, Marcus?
Well.
Good,
thank you.
Marcus, what up, man?
I think one of the best ways is just not showing so much emotion, staying composed, staying poised, the confidence, and don't let it shake you. Like women will see that, they'll respect that, and they'll get turned on by that, in my opinion. So you don't fight fire with fire. I like to fight fire with magma and lava. So, and it's all about how you read the room, how you observe how they move, and if I know how the person across me moves a certain way, I'm gonna try to move 2 or 3 steps better. And that's that's just the way that I've learned how to do it. I learned it through others, and what is it? A smart man learns from his mistake. A wise man learns through others' mistakes. So So I'm gonna go with that kind of motion. And with women, you got to know what kind of woman you're dealing with at that moment. Some women are different characters. They have different vibes, different levels of emotion, just like their periods. Some have low, moderate feelings of periods. Others have high volume levels of periods. So.
Bet. Gracie, rock out on directing the floor. Ruthless, are you taking notes? Are you taking notes, Ruthless?
Am I what?
All right.
What'd you call me? What you call me?
I'm going to answer.
Fuck it. Fuck it, nigga. I ain't call you shit. Go ahead, Gracie. Fuck it. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say a motherfucking thing.
Okay, so did everybody speak on social self-care?
Yes. I was answering the question Smitty had.
Okay, Bess, I got you.
All right, so the question that Smitty asked, I would say this: it shows like where women have more avenues to talk and men don't, and they can talk about stuff, but for men, it's like we have to shut down a lot and keep stuff internal. And sometimes we don't have anyone that we can talk to.
Suffer in silence. A lot of y'all men suffer in silence. That's what it is. Bess, what you got to say about this, the social self-care?
I think, yes, you do have to have social self-care. So I'm thinking about doing like this thing where I have people over my house over the weekend. Thinking about doing that again so that you can come over. You know, we can chill out, hang out, watch a movie. Stan, you definitely invited because you live in the area, you know what time it is. But yeah, man, like, so I'm thinking about doing stuff like that and you know, things of that nature. Also, you know, I think it's definitely important just to have it where you are talking to, you know, the people that you actually can trust and that you can actually go to and actually vibe with. I mean, that's really a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that are fun, doing hobbies that are fun, you know. And sometimes the most therapeutic thing that I do for myself is just, man, I just hop in a bathtub, throw on some jazz music, and I just chill out, man. You know,
I know that's right.
I get rid of all the media, and I'm just
hold on. Bubble or no bubble?
That depends on how I feel. You know what I mean? It all depends on how I feel.
You can only do bubble as a man if your girl is with you. You know, as a man, we're not supposed to do bubble by ourselves.
Who says that?
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's sus.
No.
I do bath salt. I do bubble. I do whatever I feel comfortable doing in that moment, or whatever I have accessible to me. You know what I'm saying? So, also with that being said, like, yeah, I think men sometimes can suffer in silence. You know what I mean? A lot of times we're tired. A lot of times we got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of times we got, you know, different things going on, or different people maybe passing away, or things of that nature. And we're not really talking about these things, and yet they could be going on. Like I was thinking like today and even the other day, like, dang, this person done passed away, that person done passed away, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. And like, yo, am I really dealing with this stuff or not? Like, you know what I mean? I had to ask myself that question. So yeah, sometimes you gotta do a check-in with yourself and make sure that you're dealing with different things, because sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're just going through the motions. So yeah.
I know that's right. All right, so we covered social self-care. We're going to keep moving, guys. We're doing good. Ruthless, stay with me, okay? Just stay with me.
I stand on that. Grown men shouldn't be taking bubble baths by themselves. You better have some vagina in there.
Okay.
And
so with that being... And with that, is the rubber ducky yellow with the orange beak?
Or ship. It can be the USS.
It Kevin better Johnson. Be classic. Classic only.
Okay, I got you.
Maybe a Navy ship.
Oh, now we're playing freaking battleship and shit with the rubber ducky and the battleship.
Can't forget about the floaties.
Oh, I'll tell you more. Anyway, why
Marcus, flush twice. Flush twice. That's disgusting.
He's talking about the toys.
Not those floaties.
Oh, my bad.
You're talking about the thumper dumper. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. So why is self-care important, guys? Having an effective self-care routine has been shown to have a number of important health benefits. It reduces anxiety and depression, reduces stress, improves resilience, improves happiness, your happiness, reduces burnouts, Stronger interpersonal relationships. According to the World Health Organization, self-care is important because it can help promote health, prevent disease, help people better cope with illnesses. However, specific forms of self-care has also been linked to different health and wellness benefits, including longer life. By exercising, finding a sense of purpose, eating right, getting adequate amount of sleep have all been connected to an increased lifespan. That's why it's important, guys. It's important to have it. To me, what I just read, what I got out of that, you'll get a better quality of life. We tend to forget, are we merely living life, or is life living us? Are we just existing? Are we living our lives? You guys really got to think that. Are we going to continue to be the hamster in the hamster wheel, working for these corporations, giving all our time and energy?
The saying, Gracie, I think you're looking for is, are we dying to live or are we living to die?
Yes, That was exactly my thought. I understand that we need money, and I understand that we got bills to pay. I get it, guys. We are all in the same storm but different boats. But look what happened to me. My supervisor pulled the plug on me, and I'm not allowed to work overtime for the month of February. Why? Because maybe she saw something in me that I was burning out. I went too hard at the beginning of the year. Whatever the case may be, I thank her for at least assessing the situation and saying, yo, you need to chill. You need to chill. You're going to burn out. And that's what sometimes we have to do for ourselves, because if we don't, we're going to end up in the hospitals. We're going to end up in 6 feet deep. We're going to end up losing relationships. We're going to end up trying to hit the bottle. We're just going to end up not going in the right direction. And all I'm saying to all my embracers and everybody that is on the panel and in the chat group, we got to take time out for ourselves. It's not being selfish. It's called self-preservation. That's it. And with that being, go ahead.
This is what's destroying us relationships right now.
What?
Self-love.
How is that destroying relation? Well, that's if you're selfish.
Gracie, let him get it off. Let him get it off. Go ahead, Ruthless. Okay. What you saying, Ruthless?
So because
you got 3 minutes.
So because this is the problem. This is why we're going so far away from each other, because selflessness is more valuable than selfishness. And if you're in a bond with somebody and producing a selflessness, this is what makes it work. But when you start being more selfish towards oneself, right, then you forget how to love, how to make one feel wanted, all these type of things. So we need to have an understanding on, okay, there's time for work when you got to take off work and you got to get yourself together, right? But understanding that, don't take it too far. Don't think that you're the only one that needs all the attention, or don't think that you're the only one that's going through. So we all going through it, and when we go through it together and we piggyback off each other, it makes things easier. This is what partners are for. This is what love is for. This is what.
Hey, Ruthless, real quick. I want you to keep going. You still got time. Ruthless, did you at any point hear her in any form or fashion sway towards they're the only ones going through it? Did you hear that message conveyed today? If so, maybe I missed something.
No, it was just a thought I wanted to get out.
Okay, rock out.
I'm not talking to embrace the grace, right? I'm talking in general. But because we got it with that terminology, this is a very big terminology right now in our world today. The self-love. You know, when things get tough, the psychologists tell you, the therapist, you need to focus on yourself. You need to love yourself before you love anyone else. Listen, we always love ourselves for the most part. Come on, we treat ourselves. We need to work on selflessness, not selfishness. And I digress.
You think there's a difference between loving yourself and maybe healing yourself?
Say that again.
You think there's a difference between, let's say, you got to love yourself, and opposed to saying that, you got to make sure you say maybe you got to heal yourself, because hurt people, right?
Yeah. I mean, but we understand this at an early age, right? We understand that we're greedy. We understand that we want more than our eyes can see. We know that. But what we as people, we sometimes forget that when we enter a contract with someone that we love and we're trying to build, the selflessness is what makes us not be immature, right? We don't do the immature things no more. Want all the money, we're in here to help each other get to the next day, to get to the next hour, to build this piece by piece. So we as humans need to understand that if you're going to be out here, and let's take it out of relationship, let's take it in day-to-day life, right? Respect is the umbrella for this whole conversation, right? Respect. And that's what breeds all else under that. I digress. You're on mute, Grace.
You're muted, Grace.
Okay, that was a good thought, and I appreciate it. We got Let's Talk JVJ, and then also the man behind the JVJ network, which I am streaming from right now. Jay, what say you? What have you heard? What you got to say?
I've been hearing, I heard a lot self-care, but then y'all got into therapy, so I'm really still trying to figure out most people's thoughts, to be honest with you. But I hope all y'all doing good tonight.
We chilling. I hope you don't think the Buffalo Bills are gonna back down on your Chiefs. Now we enemies, sir.
Here we go.
Hey, I'll say that for Tuesday. I ain't got no smoke for you today. Let you be happy for a couple more days.
Oh Lord, okay. So with that being said, now that we've talked about self-care, we've talked about why self-care is important. We talked about all types of self-care. Now we're going to talk about how do we develop a self-care plan? How do we go about this? Because as you guys know, we don't just come up here and talk our shit. We try to give y'all solutions to have some type of takeaway from the show. So with that being said, your self-care plan and effective self-care plan should be tailored to your life and your needs. It needs to be something created by you. I can't make JVJ's self-care plan because there's certain things that he needs to work on that has nothing to do with me. It needs to be something created by you. Customizing your own self-care plan acts as a preventive measure to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed, overstressed, or burnt out. Assess which areas of your life need more attention and self-care, and reassess your life often and as many times as you need to. There's no set time. There's no set type. You guys, it's ever changing. And as your situation changes, your self-care needs are likely to change too. So like Stanley just picked up something. His takeaway is, you know what? I think I'm going to call my peoples once a week and check in on them. Just to say, hey, then my job is done here, ladies and gentlemen, to all my embracers and JVJ networkers and Soaps and Smitty's Corners and everybody else up in here. Just take away something that can apply to you to become a better version of yourself. But as you're building your self-care plan, these are the following steps that can be helpful. Assess your needs and list different parts of your life, your job, your finances, your love life, your children, all the bullshit that's going on in your life. Consider what your stressors are. What stresses you out? What triggers you? Devise a self-care strategies and plan for challenges, guys. When you discover you're neglecting a certain aspect of your life, create a plan for that. If you're neglecting that you're not, I'm going to use a perfect example. I neglect the fact that I don't drink enough water. I just gulp down a whole glass of wine. But what am I drinking behind it? I told myself, anything I drink, right after that, I'm going to drink a bottle of water. That's how I'm assessing that challenge, because it is a challenge. I suffer from kidney stones, and if I don't stay on top of that, them stones are gonna come knocking on my kidneys. And that's the worst pain in the world. I wouldn't want to give it to my worst enemy. It's worse than childbirth, because at least after childbirth, you get a baby at the end. You don't get nothing with kidney stones. And you forget about that pain because you got a baby in your arms. So that, drink your water, guys.
Get some memories.
There's some what?
I say you at least you get some memories from them kidney stones.
Oh Lord. All I was begging for is that morphine. That was the only thing that stopped that pain.
Ooh,
So I do not. That's why I gotta stay on my water regimen. And
Are
I'm
you
trying to learn.
serious, Jay? Really? Memories? At least you get memories.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
remember.
just like a Kansas City fan. It does. It does. Sounds just like something y'all are saying.
I digress. My mic is muted.
You
Not
and
even
another-
making nothing specific or attacking shit. But I mean, I just, you know. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, Jay. Rock out.
There you go. See what I'm saying?
And everybody, you don't have to tackle everything at one time. You can tackle one thing at a time, as long as you're doing some goddamn tackling, like the Buffalo Bills are gonna do to them Kansas City Chiefs offensive line.
Shit.
But you know, and
wishing on a falling star.
okay, we'll see. Ooh, we'll see. That's gonna be a hell of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
She
So you suiting up for the game? Sound like it. Sound like you suiting up for the game. You playing?
Wait, what was the question? Sorry, I had to snooze my.
Like
You froze. You froze, Embrace.
Sound like you trying to suit up for the Buffalo game.
You better put on some pads and some
She look ready. Look at her
Shout
eyes.
out to equality.
I'm not playing in that cold weather. I
Y'all
am
shut
not
that
playing
shit
in
the
that.
fuck up, okay? Stop the stupid shit, Ruthless. It's football season. What we do is we talk shit from the stands, nigga. Cut that shit out. Gracie, talk your shit. Say it with your chest. With your
Thank
3'11"
you,
self. Go ahead. Rock out, Grace. Rock out.
Wow.
Not 3'11".
You've been trying to say these women forever. Take your cape off, nigga.
I can't even. What did I tell you was gonna happen as soon as he came on? He came in the building.
Hold up.
I told you I like to rest in my masculinity, you know.
And we threw a joke at you, and he came out with 2 capes. That nigga like.
But I still ain't seen you come out with a cash app though, Truth. What's up with that?
Oh,
He called you broke, man. That's what she
Give
said.
you
She
overtime
called
all
you
this
broke.
month, so you're good.
You know what's going on with the cash app?
we call
Embrace
that
the
hitting
truth.
the wall. Did you hit the wall?
Embrace the truth, Ruthless.
So what we talk about here,
That
all
new
this-
show, Embrace the Truth.
all this self-care you talking about. See, I would be selfish then. So that's like you told me to be. Self-love.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not
And
much.
first of all, I
He's
never
trying to
said
change
about
you to
being
be
selfish.
Ruthless. She's trying to change you to be Ruthless Trick, not Ruthless Truth.
I
Damn.
know. I see it.
Here, let's stay on topic, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, you don't have to. Me and I got ladies in the chat. You don't have to tackle everything at one time. Identify one small step, and you can take little steps, baby steps, and it's okay. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've hit this horse enough with self-care. Y'all get the picture. You know, you got to do you sometimes. It's not always about everybody around you, because at the end of the day, we are all born by ourselves and we all die by ourselves. I don't see nobody jumping into the casket going in with people when they die. Okay?
It's great. I just want to say this, right? I don't really think this is a subject that I really need to teach people. I think America is based on individualism. People are most likely selfish than they are, givers. So it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. I mean, it's crabs. I don't know. I think matter of fact, especially speaking of the black community, right? Selfishness is not something that needs to be taught. It is, right? Because we're a little bit overly selfish, right? I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about selfishness. I'm talking about self-care. Taking care of ourselves mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We don't do that enough for ourselves.
We're not doctors either.
Oh, you missed the whole show. Stop coming in at the tail end of the show. Come at the beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Drop that cash app, subscribe, like, and share. Period.
I'm gonna give you cash app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grace.
So
Good
what?
shit, Grace.
I'm gonna send it right now.
Stan's heading out, by the way, Grace.
I'm gonna send it right now. I'm gonna send the cash
Yeah,
app
well-
right fucking now.
You better not send $1 either, because I'll put your ass out there on Front Street.
I'm sending it.
Oh,
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you something.
So with that being said, we're gonna go into our final thoughts. I want you guys to wrap up all your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Talk your shit, and then let people know where we can find you, especially if you're a content creator, because we are all working together and creating a buffet so we can all eat. Okay, so we're gonna, Jay, since you came at the tail end, we'll leave you for last. Go ahead, Gary. Final thoughts, anything else you got to say, and let people know where we can find you.
Gary, you on mute.
You're on mute.
All right. Okay. So this was a great topic. It was a good discussion. My final thoughts, I'll keep it really simple. When it comes to self-care, you got to have the real conversation with yourself, right? Lie to
How
themselves.
best?
Real. A lot of people lie to themselves. So you got to have the real conversation with yourself. You got to have the real conversation with those close people around you. And then you come up with a plan to really figure out what you need to do. You could find me at Boardwalk Global Media. We're on all major platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I land my plane.
Gary, thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to see you. I have missed you, so don't lose touch. Okay, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still
Let
here.
me go ahead and rock out next,
Gary
Gracie.
said, "Stop flirting with me like that."
Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, real quick. I love you guys. You can definitely always catch me here every Thursday with my girl right here, my twin, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can also catch me on Intellectual Soapbox, okay, on Saturdays and Mondays. Saturdays and Mondays you can catch me. All right. So other than that, I love us all. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect.
Okay, thank you for that, Smitty. Fam, Soapbox, what you got to say? Say you. You there, fam?
Yeah, I was saying soapbox there.
He probably cooking, getting ready to eat something.
Just come back to him.
Yeah. Ruthless, you got 90 seconds, bro. What you got to say?
Listen. Check your cash app, so I get more than 90 seconds. So I want to say to the gentleman, you know what I'm saying? I know that we soldiers out here, so I'm not really worried about a woman telling me how to self-care. We know how to take care of ourselves, but we take care of families, right? We take care of families. What self-care? We take care of them. And it is more of I feel more better when I share and make sure that my people around me is good. My daughter, my wife, whoever I'm with is with me, and they're good and I'm good. I feel more gratification. I feel way more better when I share this wealth than to just sit here and and as far as mental health wise, you know what I mean? We go through what we go through. Sometimes you're gonna get into arguments. Sometimes we're gonna be frustrated. But we big boys now. So we've learned to deal with that and compartmentalize stuff and to build from there. Now, as far as physical, and then there's nothing you can do about it. It's exercise, stretch, and stay active so you won't get all twirled up. And I digress.
Thank you for that. Okay, JBJ, what say you?
Well, look, I think everybody should have self-care, but self-care shouldn't come at the expense of other people. because I believe we all should work on ourselves while we're going through life, and it shouldn't slack when it comes to what we do for other people. Besides that, man, look, y'all make sure y'all support the JBJ Network. Y'all make sure y'all support my girl, Miss Embrace of Grace. Y'all come over there and support me, man. We trying to get to 20K before the end of the year, man. We just hit 17 today, so hopefully we can get there, and we're gonna boom by all these channels, man. Just show support, hit the cash app, people that's hosting these shows, man. Let's show love, man. We only can grow with y'all.
Jay, did you see I hit 500?
Yeah, I saw.
You saw that? Okay.
I saw. I see you, girl. I see you over here working.
All right. So with that being said, guys, let me go ahead and see if I know how to work this. Let me see.
What you trying to click?
I'm just trying to do just me on the screen. Hold on. I'm working.
I got you.
Okay. There we go. All right, guys. My final thoughts. Self-care is essential for good mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. You cannot control everything that life throws your way, but you can learn to practice good self-care. It means that you take a conscious effort and you act like you must take order to promote your own physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So again, and I'll repeat it, self-care isn't a one-size-fits-all strategy. Your self-care plan will need to be customized to your needs and what is currently going on in your life. You don't want to wait until you've reached the breaking point or till you reach burnout level. The goal is to take steps each day to make sure that you are getting what you need to deal with stress and challenges you face daily in life. And guys, and to all my embracers, don't forget to incorporate God in everything you do. Pray for yourself and pray for others. And with that being said, guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for the Cash App. I'll check it out after the show. I don't know how to check it while I'm live. So with all that being said, I appreciate y'all coming out. And I will definitely see y'all next Thursday. Peace.